A woman yells. Mrs. Peters, the history teacher, barges through the crowd and pulls me off Diana. I look down at her. Her lip is swollen and bleeding. Principal's office, both of you, now, she says. I grab my stuff from Alora and follow Mrs. Peters to the office. This is your second fight already, Principal Carter says. I'm sorry, but we have to suspend you. I don't regret it, I snap. You're suspended for 3 days, he says. You both may leave now. I get up and Diana walks out first. Dilia, don't make this a habit, Principal says before I walk out. I open up my phone and text the group chat. Me, I got suspended for 3 days. Aiden, wait, what happened? Carlos, her and Diana got into a fight. Aiden, oh shit, I missed it. Alara, I do not want to get on Dilia's bad side. I laugh to myself. Me, I've been wanting to do that to her for a while, Kai. That was sick. Me, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, so I turn off my phone and take my bag out of my locker. I walk out of the school and get into my car. I look around the parking lot. Andria's car isn't there. Maybe they didn't come in today. I start the car and drive home. Me, I'm back. I yell up the stairs. Already? She asks. My phone rings and I see that a video of the fight has been sent to the group chat. I got suspended. I put my bag on the table and walk into the living room. For what? She asks. She sits up, brushing the cookie crumbs off her grey hoodie. I beat a bitch up, I reply. Did she deserve it? Mimi asks. Of course. I take out my phone and show her the video. You look like a badass. She laughs. What am I supposed to do for 3 days? We're gonna go out tonight, Mimi says. I might head into work for now, I say. I get up and walk up to my room to get ready. While I'm doing my hair, I get a text. Unknown number, you got suspended. Me, who is this? Unknown, Andria. Answer the question. Me, first. How TF did you get my number? Second, yeah, I did. How do you know? I save Andria's number into my phone. Andria, I have my ways, and I got sent the video. Me, why do you care? Andria, did you hit Diana because you don't like seeing us together? Me, her. You would love that, wouldn't you? Anyways, I have to get ready for work. I turn off my phone and apply lip gloss before grabbing my bag and keys. Don't be late, Dilia, Mimi exclaims. I won't, I promise, I say. I walk out of the house and drive to Belissime. When I get there, the place is packed. I see a mirror and walk over to her. She's wearing a nude hijab that complements her brown eyes. Dilia, you're not working today, and shouldn't you be in school? She says. I got suspended and thought I could fill my time working. I explain. I take my notepad from my apron to show her I'm ready. Walk in and start waiting on the tables, she says. I walk past her and enter the restaurant. Dilia, Alora exclaims. She jumps on me and hugs me. She looks tired. Alora, careful, my shoulder still hurts. I say, hugging her back. Your jaw is bruised, she says. She puts her arm onto my shoulder. Her sleeve falls down, and my eye catches on a bandage. She quickly pulls her sleeve down. Yep, because of the fight, I say, walking to the locker room. I saw, she says. You're going to get expelled if you keep getting into fights. I'm suspended for 3 days, I reply. How come you guys weren't in today? Family problems. See? She says, clearing her throat. We should hang out while, not at school, she says, changing the subject. Me and my friend Mimi are going out tonight. How about you and Zoya come? I ask. Yes, she exclaims, clapping. I walk back into the main room and start serving people. I walk over to the little window leading to the kitchen and give them table 16's order. I walk into the kitchen, grab a gelato tray, and walk back out to take it to table 3. When walking back to the kitchen, I pass a room and hear hushed voices. The men are speaking in Italian. I peer into the crack of the door and see Andria. He's covered in scratches, bruises, W, and blood. Chapter 17, Andria's covered in scratches, bruises, W, and blood. Cosa gli hai fatto? A woman asks. Translation, what did you do to him? L'abbiamo ucciso, Andria says. Translation, we killed him. Hai scatenato una guerra tra bande, the woman says. Translation, you started a gang war. This moment, I really wish I took Italian classes at my private school. What are they saying? I whisper. Hanno inseguito la mia ragazza. Andria yells. I hear a thump and glass shatter, as if he threw something. Translation: they attacked my girl. Lorenzo said she was more than capable of defending herself. The woman says in English. I saw it myself. Se, another voice says. Tezo. I peer through the crack and suddenly wish I didn't. I make eye contact with a tall woman with long brown hair, with grey streaks through it and grey eyes. The same eyes as Andria. Shit. The door opens wide and she grabs my arm, pulling me into the room. There's a singular lamp illuminating the room. Andria is leaning against the table. Terzo is standing to his right. Zoya sits on a chair and Alessandro and Lorenzo stand beside the window. There's a table to the side filled with gun and knives. What did you hear? She snarls. Nothing, I don't understand Italian, I exclaim. She presses down harder on my arm. Boss, that's Dilia, Zoya says, standing up. The girl we were just talking about? Boss? She must own the restaurant. That makes her Andria's mum. But why is Zoya calling her boss? You're the girl I've heard so much about, the woman says. She lets go of me and pushes me into the center of the room. 2 men in black suits stand in front of the door, locking it. I look over at Andria, who crosses his arms, but winces, as if even moving causes him pain. I'm Vittoria Giovanni, she says, extending her hand. Dilia Caesar, I say, shaking it. I've heard you can fight, she says. Yeah, I've had some experience, I reply. Show me. She calmly picks up a knife. Now? I ask. Vittoria nods. Who am I fighting? Andria, she says. Does anyone have a hair tie? I ask, signaling to my loose hair. Before I can process anything, I see a knife fly out of the corner of my eye. I manage to catch it before it hits my face. I turn and see Andria smirking. Pendejo. Andria walks towards me and I lunge at him with the knife. He dodges effortlessly and grabs my arm. He goes to punch me, and I dodge him. Stop playing with each other, Vittoria says. I grab his arm and flip him over, making him crash into the table he was leaning on before. He grunts and gets up. He grabs me by my waist and floors me. A pain shoots through my back. You just fixed my back. I grunt. You're already trying to break it again. This isn't the way I want to break your back. He smirks. He lands a punch on my jaw and I kick him backwards. Come one pazza, don't go easy on me, he says. I slash at his face with my knife, grazing his cheek. I floor him and sit on him. I realize I'm straddling him. I put the knife on his neck, pressing it down and leaning closer to his face. He's still smirking. I enjoy the way he looks up at me. Tesoro, I can be underneath you for a completely different reason, he says. Break up with your bitch of a girlfriend and I might consider it. I smirk. That's enough, Vittoria says. I stand up and help Andria up. Why did she make us fight? What's this supposed to prove? I have an opportunity for you, Vittoria does. Join our little group. What, like a cult? I ask. Is that why you all have snake tattoos? It's not a cult. Terzo laughs. It's a mafia gang, Alessandro says. I burst out laughing, but stop when I see their serious faces. Wait, you're serious? I ask. Deadly, Lorenzo says. It all makes sense now. The tattoos, the guns, the knives. You want me to join? I ask. Yes, Vittoria replies. If you say no, we'll have to kill you now that you know our secret. Zoya says. Shit, they're serious. Can I think about it? I ask. Sure, Vittoria says. A moment of silence passes. You've had time to think now, tell us, she says. I don't really have a choice at this point. Sure, I reply. I have a feeling that this normal year I wanted isn't going to be as normal as I hoped. Okay, so what are your friends called? Mimi asks. Zoya and Alora, I reply. They're really nice. I pull down my short silk sage green dress. Mimi puts on her mascara when the doorbell rings. I run down the stairs and open the door. Dilia, Zoya exclaims. She's wearing a black silk dress. That exposes her cleavage. A dazzling diamond necklace hangs from her neck. Alora's wearing a silk, pink, tight, off-the-shoulder dress. You guys look amazing, I say, as they walk into my house. So do you, Alora says. Mimi walks down the stairs in her nude dress. Zoya, Alora, this is Mimi, I say. I love your hair, Alora exclaims. Pink is so your color, Mimi says to her. Guys, Andria's waiting for us, Zoya says. He's taking us? I ask. Where are we going? Alex is hosting a party at his place, Mimi says. I roll my eyes. I'll give Andria the address. There's no way I'm leaving you there if you're drunk, I say. I don't trust that boy as far as I can throw him. I grab my keys and purse and we walk out of the house. I lock the door before walking to Andria's jet black car. Chapter 18. Make sure to leave your location on, Andria says as Zoya gets out of the car. Yeah, sure, I reply as I wait to get out of the car. I move to open the door and Andria puts a hand on my thigh, stopping me. Dilia, I mean it, he says. I look at him and see the seriousness on his face. I sigh, opening my phone and turning my location on. Happy? I show him my screen. Now goodbye. Wait, he says. He pulls up his shirt, exposing his toned abs, and takes a dagger from his waistband. He opens a drawer in the car and takes out a thigh holster. He hands it to me. Why would I need this? I ask. You know how to use it? Andria replies. So use it if you have to. I'm not going to kill anyone, I reply. Put it on, he says tone-lessly. Now, I pull up my dress and put the thigh holster on. I slide the black dagger into it, pulling my dress down to cover it. Adios, I say as I open the door and get out of the car. We'll call you if we need anything. As Andria drives away, Zoya says, We're not going to need anything, she says, turning to us. Come on, let's go, Mimi exclaims. We walk up to Alex's house and knock on the door. He instantly opens it. Hey, Mimi, he slurs. He pulls her in by her waist and kisses her. Alex, you're drunk, she laughs. He looks behind her. Hey, he says to the rest of us. I push past him and Mimi and make my way into the party. Zoya and Alora follow behind me. I'll get us some drinks, Mimi says. She walks off, and Zoya, Alora and I start dancing to the music. Mimi hands me a shot, and we all clink and drink our glasses together. Mimi pulls me onto the dance floor and spins me around. We start dancing together, and Zoya and Alora join us. A song that I can move my hips to comes on, and Mimi and I start dropping it low. Yes, girl, I exclaim as she starts twerking. When the song stops, we decide to get some more drinks. I bet none of you can chug this whole bottle. Alex slurs, with his arm around Mimi. I can, Mimi says. You're not going to do it, I reply. You're no fun, Alex says. I grab the bottle of vodka out of his hand. Zoya picks up the one in front of us. I've done this a couple times. She smirks. There's no way you'll both be able to finish that. Alex's friend, Jacob, says. Don't doubt us, I say. Zoya and I turn to each other and clink the bottles together. I put the bottle to my lips and start chugging it. The vodka stings the back of my throat, but I keep on going. I breathe through my nose and continue drinking. Come on, Dilia, you can do it. Alora cheers. Zoya's nearly done, Mimi exclaims. I take a deep breath through my nose and continue drinking. Zoya finishes and slams the bottle onto the table. I tip my head back, finishing the bottle and putting it on the table. She told you. Say, che, Mimi says. Oh, this is definitely going to bite me in the ass later, I say laughing. Alex and Mimi both stand up. We'll be back, Alex says. Okay, Alora replies. I look down and start picking at the chocolate muffin she put before me. Jacob gets up and walks over to a blonde man who ruffles his brown hair. I heard you met Vittoria, Alora says in a hushed tone. Yeah, it was earlier today, I reply. She made me fight Andria to prove myself. I take a piece of my muffin and eat it. I'm happy that you're part of our family now, Zoya says. Thanks, I reply. I hope I don't let you guys down. Mimi and Alex come back and she puts down a glass onto the table. She sits down and goes to take a drink from it. My head hurts. That vodka is coming back now. I look at the glass and notice something immediately. The ice isn't floating. I remember what my mum told me when I was younger. Dilia, repeat after me, ice sinky, no drinky. Her drink is spiked. Before she could drink it, I push it out of her hand and the glass shatters onto the floor. Dilia, she exclaims. It was spiked, I reply. Alex made me that himself, she says. You fucking asshole. I snarl at him. I get out of my seat. I feel dizzy. I put my hand on my head and stable myself by holding onto the table. We're leaving, I slur. I grab Mimi's hand and Alex comes in front of me, trying to stop me. I raise my hand and slap him. Get out of my way, I say, pushing him. Zoya and Alora follow behind us. Zoya is using Alora to keep herself standing upwards. Dilia, what's going on? Mimi asks. I sigh, trying to shake the pain out of my head. Alex spiked your drink, I reply. The ice was sinking. You're drunk, we can't walk home like this, she says. Call Andria, I slur. Alora takes out her phone and calls Andria. We don't have to wait long before he pulls up in front of us. He rolls down the window and looks Zoya and I up and down. How much did you drink? He asks. Not that much. Zoya slurs, laughing. Mimi helps me into the passenger seat, and I turn to Andria. You look fuzzy. I say, squinting, putting my face closer to his. You're really drunk, he says. I'm moderately functional, I snap. This is going to be a long night. Andria says, sighing. He starts the car and drives us home. Chapter 1, Andria's POV. Get them into the living room, I say. Mimi and I help Dilia onto the couch, and Alora puts Zoya on the armchair next to the window. How did she get drunker than me? Mimi laughs. They did drink a whole bottle of vodka, Alora says, stretching. You let Dilia drink a whole bottle. I glare at them. You can't stop Dilia once she wants to prove someone wrong. Mimi laughs. That's true. The girl's fucking crazy. I walk out of the living room and walk into the kitchen. I open up the fridge and take out 3 water bottles. I walk back to Daira and see her snoring on the couch. I hand a bottle to Alora and she walks over to Zoya. I kneel down next to Dilia and softly hit her cheek. Padza, wake up, I say. She ignores me and grumbles. I shake her softly. What? She slurs. She squints and tries to adjust her eyes to the light around her. You need to drink, I say. I open up the bottle and put it to her lips. She tightens her mouth shut and tries to wrestle the bottle out of my hands. I don't want it, she snaps. She squeezes the bottle, pouring water all over my face and soaking my shirt. Quel piccolo stronzo. I snarl, wiping my face. Translation, that little asshole. She looks up at me, smiling. Do you have any shirts? I ask, turning to Mimi. She shakes her head. I sigh and take off my shirt, throwing it on the table behind me. I hear Mimi whistle from behind me. When I turn to her, she quickly looks away. I look back at Dilia, who's now sitting up. Damn, puppy, you're hot, she says, hiccuping. I look at her confused. I cross my arms and smirk. I could get used to this, Dilia. Is that so? I ask. Is he single? She asks, looking at Mimi. Mimi shrugs, trying to hold back her laughter. I am, I reply, but I only date girls who listen to me. I say, handing her another water bottle. She glares at me. Now drink, I say. She twists the cap off and puts the bottle to her lips. She quickly drinks half of it and hands me back the bottle. I stand up and approach Zoya, who looks better than before. I think we'll spend the night here, Alora says. I nod. I have some spare mattresses upstairs. Mimi says. I'll go get them. I'll help, I say. I look over at Dilia, who's fiddling with strands of her hair. Mimi and I leave the living room and enter the storage room. It's filled with brooms, mattresses, and other things. I grab one, and she gets the other one. She stops me before I can leave the room. I'm not blind or stupid, and neither is anyone else. She starts. We all can see that something is going on between you and Dilia, we just don't know what. I look at her confused. I'm just saying that if you break her heart or do anything to hurt her, I will kill you with my bare hands. She snarls. I highly doubt it, but I can't say anything now. Understood? She asks. Yes, I say. I won't hurt her and I won't let anyone hurt her. We walk back downstairs with the mattresses, blankets, and pillows. We push the table out of the way and lay them down. I carefully remove Dilia's heels, and her dress rides up her thigh, exposing the tail of her dragon tattoo. I drape a blanket over her. I'm staying here with you guys, I say. I take the gun from my waistband and put it on the table with a knife in my sock. I'm not going to ask, Mimi says. I look up at her shocked face. It's better if you don't, I say, laying back on the mattress. I look over at Laura and Zoya, who are both asleep. I'll see you in the morning, she says, turning off the light and walking upstairs. I close the fridge door, making sure not to make any noise. I see Dilia standing where the door was. Jesus, Patsa, you scared me, I say, sighing. You can't sleep either, she whispers. I shake my head. She walks past me, opens the drawer, and takes out some migraine tablets. She fills a cup up with water and takes the medication. I walk up to her and the lump's light outside the window illuminates her tired yet beautiful face. What's keeping you awake? I ask. Migraines, she says, taking a sip of water. What about you? I feel like I shouldn't let my guard down, I reply. We could be attacked. You should learn to let your guard down around me, she says, nudging me softly. After all, I can protect myself, but I want to protect you. I want to be there for you all the time. I'll try, I say, laughing. She takes a deep breath. Thanks for everything, she says. Thanks for making sure we were all okay. Well, you need someone to look after you, I reply. You can be reckless sometimes. She punches my arm. I'm not reckless. I just like to have fun. She smiles up at me. I roll my eyes. Sure, I reply, shaking my head. Sorry if I was too much to handle while drunk, she says. You weren't, although you did say some memorable stuff, I say. Like what? She asks in a panic. Nothing you should worry about. I smirk. I turn around and look down at her. A piece of her hair falls in front of her face, and I put it behind her ear. My fingers graze her cheek. She moves forward. And so do I. The moonlight makes her caramel brown eyes shimmer. I try and move my hand away, but she holds onto it, making me cup her face. I snake my hand around her waist and pull her closer to me. We inch our faces closer together, weary and scared that the other person might not feel the same way. I stroke her bottom lip with my thumb. Her breath brushes against my lips. We hear something fall from the living room, hitting the floor with a loud thud. Dilia clears her throat and steps back. I grab my gun from the counter and walk into the living room with Dilia following me. She turns on the light and we see Alora sprawled on the floor. I'm ok, she squeaks. I tripped over Andria's big-ass mattress. I thought I'd have to kill someone. I mutter, I'm going to use the toilet. Alora says, getting up and rubbing her stomach. I should get back to bed. Dilia mutters, yeah, I should too. I reply, rubbing the back of my neck. Good night, she says, turning off the light. Good night, I reply. Chapter 20. Where are you going? Alora asks as I walk into the kitchen. On a run, I reply. Mimi and Zoya are playing cards by the table and Andria is cleaning one of his guns. He looks up at me and his eyes examine my body with no shame. I quickly divert my attention to Alora helping herself to a pack of strawberries in my fridge. I put my hair into a ponytail and walk around the island in the kitchen. I grab an apple and wash it. I take a bite into it. Andria walks towards me, handing me his gun. I'm not taking it with me, I say, glaring at him. Just in case. Andria sighs. He pulls up the back of my shirt and places the gun in the waistband of my leggings. His hand accidentally strokes my lower spine, giving me goosebumps. He keeps his hand there, and I look up at him. His eyes scan my face, making me wish I could see what's happening in his mind. I take a deep breath and step back, making him move his hand. Mimi and Zoya have stopped their game and are staring at us. Alora is halfway through the box of strawberries, but stopped to look at us. The silence is so loud. I clear my throat. I'll get going now, I say. Mimi shoots Zoya a look, which she returns. Bye, Alora says, getting back to eating her strawberries. I grab my phone and put in my earphones, turning the music up. I open the door and leave my house. I'm running down the street near my school when I see someone familiar walking my way. I take out my earphones. Raphael? I exclaim, waving at him. He looks up from his phone and makes eye contact with me. He instantly turns around and starts walking away. That's weird. He's been avoiding me ever since our date. I run up to him and go in front of him. You haven't contacted me ever since the night we went out, I say. Dilia, I have to go, he says, not looking me in the eyes. He tries to move around me, but I stop him. Ignore me if you want, but at least tell me the reason, I snap. He sighs and pockets his phone. The same night we went out, I got a text from an unknown number, he explains. What does that have to do with anything? What did it say? I ask. Stay away from Dilia, or else your hands will be delivered to her in a box. Raphael sighs, rubbing his forehead. What? Fuck. Who's sick enough to say that to a person? Maybe they're bluffing, I say. When I walked past my window, there was a black BMW parked right outside my house. Raphael continues. All the windows were blacked out except the driver's one. He takes out his phone and shows me a picture. The driver has his hands on the wheel and his arms are filled with tattoos. Andria. I clench my jaw. That fucking asshole. So I don't think they're bluffing, he says, pocketing his phone. I'm sorry, Dilia. He says, you're an amazing girl, but I don't want to die. I understand, I reply. Clearly this dude thinks you're his. Raphael says, shrugging. Clearly, I say through gritted teeth. It was nice knowing you, he says. He turns around and starts walking away. I move this wisps of hair out of my face. I turn around and run back to my house. I run around an old man walking his dog. Andrew's gonna have it coming for him. I look left and right and run across the road. A red car stops and honks. Sorry, I yell. I see Andria's red Range Rover still parked in my driveway. I walk up the pathway and see Mimi open the door. She's dressed in an oversized hoodie and baggy jeans. "Hey," she says as I barge past her. "Where is he?" I snap. "In the kitchen, where you left us." She replies, "Is everything o?" She yells after me as I walk into the kitchen. Andria is standing with his back to me in a black sleeveless turtleneck, showing off his tattooed biceps. Allura is sitting down in front of a computer, and Terzo is next to her wearing a grey fleece. I take a sharp knife from the drawer and throw it at Andria. It nicks his ear and plunges into the wall behind him. "Shit," he exclaims, putting his hand up to his ear. Allura and Terzo look my way in shock, and Zoya walks in behind me. Andria slowly turns around, and his eyes instantly go to me. I try and calm down my breathing. Mimi grabs my arm, and I shrug her off. "Patsa, that's a nice way to say hello," he says tone-lessly. I walk up to him and take the gun out of my waistband. I hit him with the back of it, and he rubs his jaw. "You piece of shit," I scream. I see a muscle in his jaw twitch. "Whoa," Terzo says. "What happened?" "Raphael got a weird message telling him to stay away from me, or else his hands will be delivered to me in a box." I snap. Allura instantly looks up from her computer. "What does that have to do with Andria?" Mimi asks. "Andria fucking sent it." I snarl. Terzo gives Andria a look. "You all knew," I say, looking at Zoya, who had her head down. I go to hit Andria again, but he grabs me arm and wrestles the gun off me. First, he snarl. He grabs my neck and pins me to the counter. He takes a knife out of his belt and puts the blade tip against my lips. "Talk to me like that again, and I won't hesitate to fulfill my promise earlier," he snarls in my ear. I look down at the blade and see the tip slide into my mouth. Fucking hell, this man is hot. I clench my thighs and grab onto the counter behind me. Andria's eyes travel my body. He can feel that I'm tensed. He smirks. "Second," he says. "No one can put their hands on you. I didn't like how Raphael looked at you, so I got rid of him." I raise my hand and slap him. His head moves to the side. I push him off me, and the knife cuts my bottom lip. I lick my lips and taste the metallic blood. "So you get to fuck one of my friends, but when I go out with a guy, you get all protective." I snap. "Last time I checked, it looked like Diana annoyed you," he says calmly. I go to walk towards him, but Mimi pulls me back. "Asshole." Chapter 21. "You know what? Fuck you," I snap, "and get the fuck out of my house." I shrug Mimi off and walk out of the kitchen. I walk up to my bedroom and collapse onto my bed. There's no way I'm speaking to that pendejo again. Someone knocks on the door. "Go away," I yell, throwing a pillow at the door. The door opens up and I see Allura standing there. "Hey," she says. "If Andria told you to speak to me, tell him to man up and say it himself." I snap. "I need to speak to you," she says, waking towards my bed. "About what?" I ask. She lays down beside me, her purple hair fanning out on the mattress. "First, I want to congratulate you on joining the Mafia," she says. "I wasn't really a choice," I reply. "You still got chosen?" She adds. She pauses before speaking again. "Secondly, I sent the message," she says calmly. I get up and stare at her in shock. "I sent it from an untraceable number," she continues. "Andria just told me what to say, so if you're going to be mad at someone, be mad at me." "He was still involved," I mutter. "Why can't he just be happy for me?" Allura sighs and sits up. "Andria wouldn't do something to ruin someone's life," she says, rubbing her forehead. "It seems like he's trying to do that. So trust me," she says, getting up and walking to the door. "I'll let you rest now." Allura leaves the room. "Dilia," Terzo yells. "What?" I yell. "Come down," he yells. I sigh and put my phone down on my bed. I walk out of my room and go downstairs. "What do you want?" I ask, rubbing my shoulder. "Andria needs you. He's in your garden," he says. "Why is he still here?" I snap. "It's been 3 hours." Terzo shrugs. "Just go out to him," he replies. I walk out into the garden and there are many huge buckets of paint. Andria is standing in the middle with his arms crossed. "What do you want?" I snap. "I've prepared an apology for you," Andria says. I raise my eyebrow and he clears his throat. "Why the fuck? Are there random buckets of paint?" I snap, walking towards him. He dips his hand into the red paint, and the next thing I know, his hand is pressed against the middle of my face. "Shut up and listen, Pata," He snaps, removing his hand. I wipe the red off my lips. You little dick. I snarl. I dip my hand into the bucket of blue paint and slap him across the face. He stands there stunned, with a blue handprint on his face. I mean it when I say my dick is not little, he says calmly. He picks up a smaller bucket of red paint and pours it onto me. Do you want to check? This is how you wanted to apologize? I snap, wiping the paint from my eyes. No, but you've just made this more fun. He smirks. He's an asshole. I pick up a smaller bucket of green paint and pour it onto him. While his eyes are closed, I tackle him to the ground. He lands with a thud on his back and groans. I sit up, straddling him. I grab the nearest bucket of paint, which is blue, and dunk it all over him. He wipes his eyes. You're an asshole, I snarl, pouring more paint on him. I just want you to be happy for me. He tries to sit up, but I push him back down. I pin his arms over his head, making the muscles in his biceps more pronounced. Why can't you just be happy for me? I was happy for you, he mutters. But seeing you with a different man was like someone stabbing my heart 1,000,000 times. It was nothing I wanted to experience ever again. Before I can process what Andria said, he breaks hold of my grip, pulls my head down and smashes his lips onto mine. His touch ignites something inside of me. I kiss him back passionately, and he puts his hand inside my cropped black shirt and starts rubbing my back. I put my hands in his hair. Andria puts another hand on my hip and starts rubbing me against him. He puts his tongue into me and I moan softly. I can feel him underneath me, so I start grinding my hips on him. He breaks the kiss, and our eyes examine each other's faces with lust and longing. I want to feel him skin on skin, and I know he does too. This wasn't the planned apology, was it? I say softly, resting my forehead on his. No, but I like this one much better. He gives me a peck on the lips. I get up and extend my hand, helping Andria up. Don't think I've forgiven you, I say. Then I'll have to make it up to you even more. He smirks. Tomorrow night, when you come to the family gathering, what about your girlfriend? I ask. Not my girlfriend, she's an ex-hookup. He replies. Andria takes out his phone and goes on the chat with Diana. Andria, we were never dating. I don't want you near me again. She left you on scene. I laugh. At least she got the message. He shrugs. We walk back into my house and Zoya is standing there smirking. You two, Amagli Uxeli, should go clean up. She laughs. Translation? Lovebirds. Andria and I look at each other. I hope you enjoyed the show. Andria says, Oh, we did. Terzo laughs from the table behind her. I even made popcorn. Andria glares at Terzo, walks over to him and snatches it out of his hand. It's mine now, he says. Terzo's mouth hangs open in shock. We walk upstairs and Mimi brings us some towels. Both of your lips are purple, Mimi laughs. My fingers go to my lips. There was purple paint outside. Andria replies calmly, I don't recall buying any. Mimi laughs. She hands us some towels and winks at me. Now go shower, she says. Chapter 22. I walk into my bedroom and see Terzo standing before my drawers. What are you doing? I ask. Packing, he replies. I'm not going anywhere, I say, taking my baby pink dress out of his hands. You're coming with us, he replies. The event is tomorrow, and Andria said you can get ready at his place. What if I don't want to? I say. I don't think you have a choice. He laughs. Get dressed. The rest of your luggage is in the car. He walks out of my room, and I start to get dressed. I wear my matching black Calvin Klein underwear and put on some grey sweatpants. I put on a black fleece, keeping it unzipped to show my sports bra. I dry out my hair and put it into 2 French braids. I weep downstairs and see Andria and Terzo standing by the door. I'll see you in a couple days. Mimi says, giving me a hug. Call me if anything happens. I say to her. I mean it. Yeah, she replies. Go have fun. She pushes me towards Andria. His eyes travel across my face and quickly dip down. They linger on my chest. Eyes up here, pendejo. I snap, walking past him. She caught you lacking. Terzo laughs following me. Shut up. Andria snaps. Zoya and Alora went ahead of us. I get into the car's passenger seat and Terzo gets in the back. I wave at Mimi through my window and Andria gets in and starts the car. Pass me the aux, I say. We're not listening to music. Andria says. Pass her the damn aux. Terzo sighs. Andria sighs and passes it to me. I put it into my phone and play Out the Roof by Chase Atlantic. Bitch, I am feeling bulletproof. Terzo yells, along with the song. Now you've got him started. Andria says, shaking his head. You listen to Chase Atlantic? I ask, turning to him. Yeah, he replies while dancing. Favorite song? I ask. Okay, he replies. What about you? Stuck in my brain, I say. Patsa, we're here? Andria says, nudging me awake. I move my head off the window and look at him. He points to the view outside. They live in a mansion. A fucking mansion. I leave the car and walk into the house after Andria and Terzo. It's the crazy chick. Alessandra says, walking towards us. Lorenzo, Alora, and Zoya follow him. Hey, dickbag. I says, putting my middle finger up at him. He chuckles in reply. I can't wait to show you your room, Alora exclaims. Calm down, Alora, Zoya says. Lorenzo, Terzo, go get Dilia's bags. Yes, mummy. Terzo smirks. Zoya rolls her eyes at him. Alora grabs my arm and drags me to my new bedroom. Close your eyes, she says. Really? I ask. Yes, she replies. I close my eyes tightly and she holds my hand, pulling me into the room. Open, she says. I open my eyes and gasp. The room is the size of my house. The bedroom is huge. With a beautiful bed in the middle, we walk into another room with a swinging chair and fairy lights. This is your wardrobe, Alora says. She opens the door and a huge walk-in wardrobe is exposed to us. There are shelves of heels and racks of clothes. We've got your things, Lorenzo says. He and Terzo walk in and place my luggages in the wardrobe. Mi casa es tu casa, Terzo says. I've been learning Spanish. You can barely speak Italian. Lorenzo laughs. Gracias, eres muy amable, I reply. Terzo looks at me confused. Thank you, you're very kind, I say in English. He laughs sheepishly. I need more practice, he says, rubbing his neck. We'll let you get comfortable, Alora says. I scroll through TikTok and look at the time. 2000 AMI. Get out of my bed and open the door of the room. I see Andria standing in the corridor. Mierda, I gasp. Translation, shit. Why are you awake? He asks. I can't sleep. I snap. I grab his arm and pull him into my room. I realize he's shirtless. I lay down on my bed and he lays down next to me. I have this thing where I can only sleep in unfamiliar spaces if I have someone I trust. I explain. I've had it ever since I was a child. You trust me? He asks. I can practically hear the smirk on his face. I don't have a choice. You saved me that night in the Ally, I reply. I have a question, he says. What is it? I ask. We both turn to each other. He takes a piece of my hair out of my face. You don't live with your mother, he says. Why? I open my mouth and then close it. My mother is the famous actress Audria Caesar, I reply. She didn't really want me. Your father? He asks. He left, disappeared when I was born. I say quietly. My mother reminds me that it's my fault every time I mess up. I feel a tear roll down my cheek. Andria cups my face in his hands and wipes my cheek. He plants a kiss on my forehead. It's not your fault, he says. When I was younger and she was in a good mood, she would make me these amazing fluffy blueberry pancakes, I say. And I would have a bowl of chocolate-dipped strawberries just for myself. How old were you when she started taking her anger out on you? Andria asks. He starts playing with the ends of my hair. When I was 12, she told her boyfriend I reminded her too much of my dad, I say. I wipe my eyes and look at Andria. What about you? I ask. You've met my mum? He says. Yeah, she scares me, I say. She's like that because my father also left us. Andria replies. I guess we both have shitty dads. I laugh. Yeah, he replies. He turns onto his back and pulls me into him. I rest my head on his chest. I'm always here, he says. If you want to talk, laugh, cry, or yell, I'll be here. He kisses my forehead. Chapter 23. I rub the sleep out of my eyes and notice that Andria isn't beside me. I'm covered in blankets and my head is on a pillow instead. I leave bed and walk over to the bathroom joint with my room. I wash my face with cold water and brush my teeth. I walk to my wardrobe and put on some turquoise silk pajamas. The shorts aren't long enough to cover my thighs, and the top is just a bra, but it'll do. I walk out of my room, and my head spins with the number of corridors. I see a short, blonde maid walk past with a pile of laundry. Excuse me, I say. She turns to look at me. Do you know where the kitchen is? Down this corridor to the right, she replies. Is Andria there? I ask. Yes, he's decided to make breakfast, she says. I thank her and walk down the corridor. The smell of amazing food hits me when I push the kitchen doors open. Zoya's sitting at the table in a red tracksuit. Alora's next to her wearing a nude crop top and black jeans. Lorenzo and Alessandro have their backs to me, and Andria is cooking. Terzo looks towards me, and his mouth drops open. He wolf whistles. Damn, Dilia, he says. Zoya elbows him. Alessandro and Lorenzo turn to look at me. Andria finally turns around, and his eyes travel my body. His eyes linger at the top of my dragon tattoo. Fuck, he mutters quietly. Do you want me to change? I ask. No, he replies. You're fine. She's really fine, a voice from behind me says. I turn around and see a boy about the age of 16. He has curly brown hair, green eyes, and faint freckles. He smirks at me. Matteo comportarsi, Andria replies. Translation, behavior no fun. Matteo whines. He walks past me and sits down at the table. I sit down next to Alora. My back is to Andria. I'm Matteo, Andria's younger brother. He says, extending his hand. I'm Dilia, Andria's. I hesitate. His girlfriend, Terzo says, wiggling his eyebrows. His friend, I reply. Andria walks over to me, smiling, and places a plate of pancakes before me. Blueberry pancakes. He removes the hair from my neck and kisses me there. Just like your mum used to make them. He mumbles against me. He places another plate of chocolate-dipped strawberries in front of me. Eat up, pazza, he says. Yeah, friends, Matteo says, smirking. Stai zitto, idiota, Andria laughs. Translation. Shut up, idiot. I grab a fork and knife and dig into my pancakes. Andria pours me a glass of orange juice. Your dress should be in your room when you go upstairs, Alora squeals. Andria picked it out for me, so I hope it's good, I laugh. Believe me, it's good, Zoya says, looking up from her phone. I finish my pancakes and start eating my strawberries. Matteo is just staring at me. Want some? I ask, pushing the plate closer to him. I'm just surprised Andria managed to pull a girl like you, he says, taking a strawberry. He hasn't managed to pull me yet, I reply. Andria smirks to himself. You're much better than that ugly black-haired bitch he brought home the other day, Matteo says, shrugging. You brought Diana home? I ask. Andria doesn't know what to say. He fucking brought her home. To his home. Don't blame him, Lorenzo says. The bitch wouldn't leave him alone. I shrug and continue eating my strawberries. I finish my food and take my plates to the sink. I'll do them, Andria says, walking behind me. It's fine, I reply. He turns me around by my waist and takes the plates out of my hands. I said I'll do them, he says. Matteo says you never do the dishes, handing him his plates. Stai zitto, Andria snaps. Translation, shut up. I walk out of the kitchen and Zoya and Alora follow behind me. We walk down the same corridor I went through and reach my bedroom. I open the door and I'm shocked by the 3 dresses, fit for queens, in the middle of my room. Thank you for moving our dresses here, Maurice, Zoya says. A middle-aged man, whose balding comes out from behind the middle dress. It's no problem, Zoya, he replies with a bright smile. These were shipped here straight from Italy, Alora says. The middle one is yours. She nudges me towards it. I walk towards the beautiful dress. Damn, Andria has taste. I look at Maurice. How much did this cost? I ask. Dilia, Andria will flip if he found out you paid, Zoya warns. Maurice looks between us, confused. The dress, I repeat. How much is it? 15,000? Maurice says. That's going to hurt my bank account. Do you want it in cash, check, or transfer? I ask, clearing my throat. Check, he replies. He replies? He hands me a piece of paper. Dilia don't. Alora says, nibbling on her lip. I take the check and Maurice hands me a pen. I sign everything and hand it back to him, smiling. Too late, I shrug. I'm not going to be dependent on anyone for anything. Let's get ready, I exclaim. Maurice hands me my dress and Zoya and Alora take theirs. Andria's POV. After 2 hours of the girls doing their hair and makeup, they should be ready, right? I walk into the room, and Zoya and Alora have laid out the knives and guns we're taking. Can someone come zip me up? I hear Dilia yell from her closet. I'll do it, I say to Alora and Zoya. I walk into her closet and her head is down. She's straightening her dress. Seeing the way the material clings to her hips drives me crazy. I take the strings from behind her and straighten them out. Breathe, I say. She instantly looks up, hearing my voice, and I tighten her dress. I tie up the strings, making sure my hands brush her spine. I feel her shiver at my touch. You look amazing, Tesoro, I say. She turns around and looks up at me. Her gorgeous honey eyes could hypnotize me any day of the week. I know, she says, laughing. I have to give you credit, you know your dresses. She grabs onto my tie and pulls me closer to her. Her eyes dip down to my lips and I lick them. Her eyes flutter up again and she pulls me closer. She has no idea how much control she has over me. I pull her in by her waist and I go in to kiss her, but she swerves out of the way. A smirk plays on her lips as she tightens my tie. Tease. Let's go, she winks, patting my face. Yeah, she knows what she does to me. Chapter 24. Okay, here's the plan, Andria says, turning around in his seat. We know already, Lorenzo says. Teza and I will walk in together, Zoya says. Alora and I will go in next, Alessandro adds. Then Andria will walk in with Dilia, Matteo says. Why do we need a plan if this is a small family gathering? I ask. Lorenzo looks at Andria. You haven't told her? He asks. Andria sighs before turning to me. This isn't a family gathering, it's a Mafia gathering, he says. My heart drops. There will be dangerous men with their women who will have eyes on you, he continues. Why me? I ask. Because you're technically dating the next heir of the Italian Mafia group, the Vipers, Terzo says. Fucking hell, he's the heir? You'll look desirable to everyone, Zoya adds. Don't be scared, Andria says. We have security surrounding the perimeter. That makes me feel so much better. I'm not scared, I reply calmly. Maybe a little, but I'm not going to show it. Alessandro opens one of the black bags on the seat next to him. Take 2 knives each, he says, passing the bag. It finally reaches me and I take a knife with a red metal hilt. The other one is so sharp it can cut skin, even if you just ran your finger over the blade. I strap the red one to my thigh and put the other one on my calf. Alessandro passes a bag of guns around. Andria takes 2, and so does everyone else. Who's Lorenzo going with? I ask. Amira, Lorenzo replies. Lorenzo loves her, Matteo laughs. Lorenzo elbows him in the stomach. Wait, Amira's part of the Mafia? I ask. Of course, Terzo says. She's a badass. But she doesn't have a tattoo, I say. It's against her religion, Andria says. So we gave her a snake necklace instead. He adjusts the gun in his waistband. An old man in a suit opens the door of the limo. Showtime, Terzo says. He and Zoya get out and link arms. Alessandro helps Alora out and Andria and I follow behind them. I straighten my dress, and Andria touches my lower back. I put my arm around him, and we walk towards the gigantic mansion before us. Hey guys, Amira says. She's wearing a white hijab put into a turban style and a long nude dress. Her eye makeup is amazing. She's able to look so beautiful while being modest. Around her neck are layers of gold necklaces and I see a gold snake one. She's wearing matching gold earrings. I look behind me at Lorenzo and see him fixing his hair in the car window. He turns around and smiles as soon as he lays his eyes on her. She walks over to him and links arms with him. We walk past several security guards who let us walk past without a second glance. Maybe it's because Andria's family is hosting the party. We enter the mansion with a huge diamond chandelier in the middle of the ceiling. People are everywhere in suits and amazing dresses, drinking wine, laughing, and dancing. Andria pulls me closer to him and removes the hair from my neck. He puts his face in the crook of my neck. What are you doing? I mutter under my breath. You're supposed to be dating me, he says. Oh, right, showtime. I put my face down near his ear and giggle. We walk through the crowds of people. We'll meet up again at the end, Zoya says. Terzo and Zoya walk to the other side of the hall. Alora and Alessandro walk in the opposite direction. Matteo walks off, and Lorenzo and Amira are lost in the crowd behind us. Andria and I continue walking, and I see the eyes of men who have women sitting on their laps follow my every move. They're watching us, I mumble while smiling. Keep walking, Andria replies. We reach Andria's mum, Vittoria, and she's standing with a man with blonde hair and blue eyes. The girl at his side has smooth, dark skin, and her eyes are different colours. She smiles at us, showing her dimples. Zahira, meet my son Andria and his girlfriend Dilia, Vittoria says. The girl holds out her hand and gold bangles clink with the movement. Andria takes it and shakes it, and I do the same. He doesn't put his hand around me again. It's nice to finally meet you, she says. Her accent shows that she's from France. "This is my husband Chase," she says, signaling to the blonde next to her. We shake hands. We're just talking about the opportunity of joining our two mafias, Vittoria says, mostly to Andria. "An alliance?" Chase says. "We're more than happy to cooperate if you are," Andria smiles. "How about you let Dilia mingle while we talk business?" Vittoria asks. Her eyes say that she's not asking us, she's telling us. "Dilia, go make some friends," Andria says, ignoring the expression on my face. I nod and walk off. A waiter passes me and I take a glass of wine from his tray. So much men are staring at me, but they're not approaching me. They know I'm here with Andria. "What's a brave girl like you doing here alone?" A voice asks. I see a tall, built man with dark hair and brown eyes. "And you are?" I ask, drinking from my glass. "Xuan," he replies. "Xuan Liu." I go to walk away, but he stops me. "Does a name come with that pretty face?" he asks. He must not know who brought me here. He's flirting with me. "Quite the charmer, aren't you?" I ask. He shrugs, smirking. "I'm Dilia Caesar," I finally say. "Would you like to dance?" he asks, extending his hand. I look over at Andria, who's busy speaking to Zahira and Chase and some other people. "Why not?" "Sure," I reply, taking his hand. Chapter 25. "Follow me," Xuan says. He holds my hand, and we walk into the middle of the room where other people are dancing. He gently puts his hand on my back and pulls me closer. He holds my hand in one of his, and we dance. People turn their heads towards us, but we continue dancing. "Where are you from?" he asks. "Spain," I reply. "What about you?" "Vietnam," he says. "My family is in the Mafia." "I'm here as a guest," I say. "Whose guest?" Xuan asks. "Andria's," I reply. "I'm sure you've heard of him." He spins me out, and I spin back into him. He dips me down and pulls me back up. "He seems protective," Xuan says. "He's busy right now," I reply. "Well then, let's not let him catch us dancing," he smirks. We continue dancing until someone pats Xuan on the shoulder. "Mind if I cut in?" Terzo asks. Xuan sighs and lets go of me. "I'll see you later, love," he says. Terzo pulls me in and we dance. "What the actual fuck do you think you're doing?" he snaps. He actually looks serious for once. "What do you mean?" I ask. "Stay away from Xuan," he says. "Do you know how bad it looks that you're dancing with the son of the enemy Mafia when your date is right over there?" "Shit. Well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?" I snap. Terzo spins me out and brings me back in. "Just stay away from him," he repeats. Andria looks like he's going to rip the guy's throat out. He twirls me around, letting go of me, and I end up in Lorenzo's arms. "Terzo spoke to you?" he asks. "Yep," I reply. "Andria's not going to be too happy," he says sympathetically. "I've realized," I say. "Alessandra's turn," he says, spinning me around. I trip and fall into Alessandra's arms. "It doesn't look too good," Alessandra says. "So I've heard," I reply. "Now all the men will be after you," he adds, "because they think Andria won't do shit to them. It's not my fucking fault." I snap. "Andria told me to socialize." "Yeah, but not with the enemy," Alessandro laughs, shaking his head. I glare at him. "Andria's walking this way," he says. "Good luck." Alessandro twirls me around, and Andria catches me. His hand slides to the back of my waist, pulling me in tighter. "Did you enjoy your dance?" he says, through gritted teeth. "Yes, I didn't feel lonely anymore," I snap. "You shouldn't have done that," he says. "You told me to socialize." I snarl. "Not with the man who wants me dead," he snaps. "Well, I'm sorry, but no one fucking told me." I snarl. "You could have asked, or gone, and found one of my brothers." Andria replies, looking behind me. "I'm trying to see things from your point of view, but I just can't get my head that far up my ass." I snap. His attention snaps to me and he clenches his jaw. "You know you're a piccolo cagna," he snarls. Translation, little bitch. "You're so. I try and think of what to say next when I get distracted and follow Andria's grey eyes down to my visible cleavage and then back up to my face. He smirks. "What were you saying?" He tilts his head to the side. "Eres una maldita gilipollas," I spit. Translation, you're a fucking asshole. "We'll deal with this later," he mutters. "For now, we need to put on a show for everyone watching." He signals to the people around us. He pulls me in closer so our lower bodies are touching. He cups my face in his hand and leans in. He softly presses his lips on mine, but kisses me with so much aggression and lust. I return the kiss, my arms traveling around his neck. His hands travel up and down my waist. I hate you so much, I mumble against his lips. He smirks against me. He lets go of me and places a kiss on my forehead. If anyone talks to you, come straight to me, he says. I nod in reply. Someone makes a sound at the front of the hall. They hit their glass cup with a fork, making all the heads turn to them. Now it's time to announce our newest recruits, Vittoria exclaims. My son, Matteo Giovanni, she exclaims. Matteo smugly walks over to his mum. Dilia Caesar, she exclaims. Andria guides me through the crowd, and people murmur as I walk past. I stand next to Matteo, and he grins at me. Georgia Asher, a girl with long brown hair, dressed in a sari and layered in gold jewelry, walks towards us. And finally, Xuan Liu. The crowd is silent as Xuan struts towards us. Isn't he the enemy? Xuan has decided to go against his parents and join us, Vittoria explains, clapping. I look at Andria. His face doesn't give away anything he thinks. A man dressed in a suit with tattoos on his head hands us a gun each. Now let's see if you have what it takes, she says. More bodyguards push forward, 4 people with bags on their heads and tied up. These are traitors of the Mafia, her voice echoes through the room. And traitors must be punished. The crowd cheers and I look to Andria. Keep calm, his eyes seem to tell me. The bodyguards take the bags off their heads. A blonde woman with glasses, a brunette man with freckles, a girl with blue hair who looks about 15, and a man with arms filled with tattoos and red hair. Now let's see if you're worthy, she says. The bodyguards throw the people at our feet. The blonde woman looks up at me, and I see tears in her eyes. Please, she sobs. A gunshot goes off, and the red-headed man who knelt in front of Xuan is dead on the floor. Ding hon. Another gunshot, and the 15-year-old in front of Matteo is dead. Another gunshot, and Georgia killed the man in front of her. It's my turn. All eyes are on me. If I refuse, I will embarrass Andria and his family. I look down at my hands and shakily cock my gun back. It's not like I haven't killed anyone before. I killed the guys in the alleyway, but I knew they were guilty. I don't even know this woman. She could be innocent or dragged into this by a miscommunication. Please, I haven't done anything. She yells, tears pouring down her cheeks. I press the gun to her head and take a deep breath. I look over at Andria and he slowly nods. I pull the trigger and a gunshot rings throughout the entire room. Blood splatters on the end of my dress and the woman's body in front of me hits the ground with a thud. You have all proven your worthiness, Vittoria exclaims. Her voice is muffled. I can only focus on the dead body in front of me. I feel warm hands touch my arms and guide me away from the mess. Everything's going to be okay, Andria says. Chapter 26. You didn't tell me I had to kill someone, I snap at Andria. He's sitting at a table with Alessandro, Lorenzo, Amira, and Alora. Tezo, Zoya, and Matteo join us. I didn't know, he replies. Plus, it's not like you've never killed someone before. That was different. Those guys were going to hurt me. I mutter. And those people hurt us, he says. They're traitors. He pulls me onto his lap so that I'm facing him and my dress slides up my legs. He puts his hands on the sides of my thighs. People are watching, he mumbles, taking the hair out of my face. I'm still mad at you, I mutter. You're hot when you're mad, Patsa, he laughs. If you're going to make me sit on your lap, at least empty your pockets, I snap. It's a new suit, pockets are empty, he replies. Oh shit, I have that much control over him. Sorry, lovebirds, Tezo says. But is anyone else confused about why Xuan is suddenly on our side? It's suspicious, Amira says, folding her arms on the table. Vittoria said she'll tell us everything later, Lorenzo explains. I look behind Andria and see Xuan walking our way. He's coming, I say to everyone. How are you all? Xuan says when he finally reaches us. Better when you weren't in front of my face. Alessandro snaps. Dilia, looking gorgeous as always. He winks, ignoring Alessandro's comment. Heat fills my cheeks. I can't deny it, Xuan is charming. What do you want, asshole? Zoya snaps. We're basically family now. He laughs and sits down next to Matteo, who glares at him. Why don't you trust me? He asks, innocently. Because last time, you tried to fucking kill me. Andria slams his hand onto the table, making me jump. I can feel the anger radiating off him. It's kind of hot. I don't think I remember that, he shrugs. Andria pulls down the collar of his shirt, showing a scar on his tanned collarbone. Ring a bell, he snarls. Oh yes, well you pissed me off, Xuan replies casually. If you want to leave this party with all your body parts, I advise you to leave our table. Alora snarls. I've never seen her this angry. Calm down, cupcake, he laughs. Amira takes a knife from her sleeve and plunges it into the table. Leave. She glares at him. He gets up and puts his hands out. He smirks and walks away. As he walks past me, he trails a finger down my arm and I grab his hand. Touch me again and I'll cut off your fingers one by one. I snap. You don't have the guts. He replies. I take the knife from my thigh and cut the back of his hand. Blood gushes out onto my hand and Xuan exclaims in pain. Try me. I wipe my knife on the sleeve of his suit and let go of his hand. Que esta ragazza è pazza ma calda, Andria says. Translation. This girl is crazy but hot. Lei è davvero calda, Matteo adds. Translation. She is really hot. I twirl the knife between my fingers as Xuan walks away. I get off Andria and straighten my dress. I'm going to get myself more wine, I say. I grab a napkin off the table and clean up my bloodied hand. I walk over and look for a waiter. I see one through the crowd and walk towards her. That's the girl who came here with Andria, a girl to my left whispers. I turn to her. Are you talking about me? I ask. She flips her black hair over her shoulder. How do you know, Andria? She asks. Why do you care? I snap. Maybe because we had something, she replies casually. She looks down at her dark red dress and flicks off a piece of imaginary dirt. That's not my business, I say. No, just know that he has a wandering eye. Her blue eyes glint with mischief. Warm hands wrap around my waist, pulling me back to a hard body. Don't worry, I only have eyes for you, Andria says, loud enough for this girl to hear. He starts kissing my neck, travelling up to my jaw. I stand my ground and don't look away from the girl. Rachel's just mad that I rejected her, Andria says. She glares at us and walks off in a hurry. I turn around to him. You better not be lying, I say, hitting him lightly on his shoulder. I'm not, he says, his eyes scanning my face. I'll bring you some wine, I say, walking off. I don't even have to look back to know his eyes follow my every move. I walk through the crowd of people and finally reach the waitress. I take 2 glasses of red wine and turn around. I see Andria smiling at me, and I raise my hands showing him the glasses. I walk towards him and he puts an arm around me. I look around and see people dancing and having fun. How could all these people be dangerous when they look like they couldn't care less about life? This life, Andria's life, is so dangerous, yet beautiful. It's like he was born into a movie. I look at him, his perfectly sculpted face and mysterious grey eyes. There's so much more I want to know about him. So much more I want to learn about him. A loud ringing sound goes throughout the hall, and I drop the glasses and put my hands over my ears. Dilia, get down. Andria yells, pushing me to the side. Chapter 27. Andria's POV. Everything's dark, people are screaming, dust everywhere, and the ringing in my ears won't stop. Dilia. I yell. I sound muffled. No reply. I cough heavily and wipe the rubble off me. Someone set off a bomb. I fumble as I walk across the broken ceiling that's now on the floor. If she's dead, it's my fault. I shouldn't have forced her to come with us. I fucking dragged her into this. I dragged her into my fucked up life. Adriano, a voice says. I turn around and see Zoya holding up an unconscious Terzo. Where are the others? I ask. We don't know, she says. She looks scared. Her dark green dress is ripped. She walks towards me, trying not to step on dead bodies. Put him down, I say. We lay him on a slab of cement. I check his pulse. He's alive, I say. She lets out a breath of relief. Where's Dilia? She asks. I turn to her and she sees the expression on my face. Go find her. I'll stay with Terzo, she says quickly. I run over dead bodies and see people helping people out from being trapped under broken roof pieces. Dilia. I yell. I see a girl wearing a gold dress, collapsed on the floor, surrounded by 3 other people. Dilia. I run over to her and push past Amira, Lorenzo, and Matteo. Her long brown hair is covering her face. I put my hand under her head and haul her onto my lap. I remove the hair from her face and see blood coming down her forehead. Come on, Partsa. Wake up, I say. My throat stings with my attempt to hold back my tears. This is all my fault. I gently hit her face, praying that she's not damaged. Do any of you have water? I ask. They all shake their heads. I bring her head to my chest and rock back and forth. Come on, Patsa, please don't leave me, I whisper. I kiss her head and continue rocking back and forth. I wipe my face with the back of my hand and it comes back wet. Matteo, please go try and find some water, I say. He nods and runs off. I check her pulse. She's alive, but not moving. I should have never made her come. Matteo runs back to me with a bottle of water. Amira? Lorenzo? Try and find Alora and Alessandro, I say. The nod and walk off. I quickly rip the lid off and pour some on her face. Come on, Pazza, I whisper. My eyes feel blurry and quickly wipe them. I press my forehead to hers and let out a muffled sob. I keep on lightly hitting her face. Andria, let her go, a woman says. I look up and see my mum. Mama, Dilia potrebbe essere morta, I say, cradling her head in my arms. Translation, Mum, Dilia could be dead. Andria, per favore, lasciala andare, così possiamo portarla in ospedale. Mum says. Translation, Andria, please let her go so we can take her to the hospital. I kiss her forehead and 2 men pick her up and take her out of the building. I look up and see everyone with my mother, even Xuan. Are you all here? Mum asks as I get up and brush the rubble off me. The whole place was rigged, Alora says. Someone was able to plant the bomb without getting caught. I instantly look at Xuan. I grab him by the shirt and take my gun out. I place it to his forehead. You asshole. I spit. You knew Dilia was here with us and still did it. I hit him with the back of it. I didn't do shit. He spits out blood. I punch him and he drops to the floor. I get on top of him and start hitting him. He groans in pain. You wanted to get close to us. I yell, punching him in the face. You came here to plant the bomb. I keep on hitting him and my knuckles hurt. I just keep on hitting and hitting him. Arms grab me and drag me off Xuan. Let go of me, I bellow. My voice echoes throughout what remains of the mansion. Andria, calm down, Zoya says. I promise Mimi. I whisper, looking at Zoya. She cups my face in her hands. Andria, she's gonna be fine, she says. I promised Mimi I wouldn't hurt her, I whisper. I promised myself I wouldn't let her get hurt. I look down. I'm not gonna break down. Not here, not now. Andria, look at me, Zoya says. I look at her and see her hazel eyes are filled with tears. There's nothing you could have done to stop this, she says. Nothing at all. I should have left her alone, I say. I should have left her alone when she didn't want to come. Andria, listen to me, she says. Dilia will be fine. I nod and step back. We need to evacuate and help whoever is left, I say. Are you not going to apologize? Shrien asks. If you speak one more time, my fist and you face are going to be best friends. Lorenzo snarls. Alora, get Terzo and Matteo out of here, my mother commands. Zoya, you go with them. They nod and take guns from their thigh holsters. Let's go search the perimeter, Alessandro says. We all take our guns out and look around for survivors. I see Zahira helping up her husband Chase. I run to her. Zahira, come with us, I say. I help Chase, who's limping, and we walk towards the entrance. I see our doctors putting Dilia into an ambulance. Zoya, take care of them, I say. She holds up Chase, and I run over to the ambulance. I get into the back, and the doctors shut the doors on us. I look for Dilia's hand and hold it. Ti prego Dio lascia la viva, I whisper, kissing her palm. Translation, please, God, let her be alive. Chapter 28. It was the Ravens, Alora says. They planted the bomb. I told Andria that he triggered a gang war, Mother says. They were going to kill her, I exclaim. My head hurts even more. I haven't been able to sleep, knowing that Dilia is still unconscious. And now they aren't stopped until one of you is dead. Amira snaps. I will protect her with my life, I snarl. Let's see if she even survives, Xuan says, fiddling with the curtains of the meeting room window.